Okay, so you want to own an automated car wash. Buy a strip of concrete off a busy road, install a tunnel, put up a sign, and spend your days watching cars roll through in 90 seconds while money rolls into your account. Here is what nobody tells you before that dream takes over. A basic touchless car wash system can be installed for as little as $10,000. You could put that on 2 credit cards. And yet, for every owner who builds a location that prints cash every month, there are dozens who sink 6 figures into a wash bay and spend the next 5 years wondering why the machine that was supposed to run itself is the thing running them into the ground. That is not a coincidence. That is the economics of the car wash business. And by the time this is over, you are going to understand exactly why. Before we talk about money, we need to talk about what an automated car wash actually is, because most people picture the wrong business entirely. When you buy a car wash, you are not buying a vending machine. You are buying an industrial water and chemical processing plant that happens to be shaped like a car wash, sitting on a piece of commercial real estate subject to every zoning law, water discharge regulation, and environmental permit your city can throw at it. There are really 4 tiers of automated car wash, and the word automated means something completely different at each one. The self-service wand bay is the cheapest and least automated. Customers do the work, you own the concrete and the coin box. The touchless in-bay automatic is a single machine that scans and washes one car at a time with high-pressure water and no brushes. The friction in-bay automatic uses soft touch brushes and cleans better, but needs more mechanical upkeep. And the express tunnel is the big one. The format most of the newer, shinier operations you see on a busy road actually are. A conveyor system that pulls dozens of cars an hour through a sequence of brushes, foam, rinse, and dryers. Each one is a completely different business with a completely different price of entry. Here is where things get genuinely strange, because the range on car wash is enormous. At the bottom, a basic touchless system, just the equipment, no building, can be installed for roughly $10,000 to $20,000. Add a modest structure and site work, and a small touchless operation lands somewhere between $55,000 and $135,000 total. Move up to a proper self-service facility with multiple wand bays, and you're looking at $150,000 to $400,000. A single in-bay automatic, the kind you drive straight into and let the machine do the work, runs anywhere from $300,000 to over $1 million once you account for land, building, and a friction or touchless system with water reclamation. And then there's the format that's eating the industry, the full-service express tunnel. These start around $2 million and routinely run past $5 million once you add real estate in a high-traffic corridor, a multi-stage wash tunnel, vacuum bays, and a canopy structure built to survive 20 years of weather. Premium, high-throughput flagship sites can push past $7.5 million. At the very top, you have the private equity-backed chains buying and building dozens of tunnel sites at once. The Mr. Car Washes and Quick Quacks of the world, where a single new build location is treated as one node in a portfolio worth hundreds of millions of dollars. When a national chain is opening a new site, they are not buying a car wash. They are deploying a manufacturing unit. But here's the part that catches almost everyone off guard. Land, equipment, and construction alone typically eat 70 to 80% of the total budget, and the remaining 20 to 30%, permits, water systems, signage, and working capital, is where first-time owners consistently run out of money before the doors even open. So you've bought your land, ordered your equipment, and technically you are now a car wash owner. Congratulations. Before a single car rolls through, you have a set of problems that a normal retail business simply does not have. The first problem is water. A wash tunnel can use anywhere from 30 to 60 gallons of fresh water per car, and most municipalities will not let you dump that straight into the storm drain. You need a water reclamation and treatment system, which adds $50,000 to $150,000 to your build. Skip it, and you risk fines or a permit denial before you ever open. The second problem is chemicals and consumables. Soap, wax, tire shine, drying agents. These aren't optional, and the machine burns through them constantly whether you have 5 customers a day or 500. Under-budget this line and your margins evaporate. The third problem is electricity and equipment wear. Dryers, pumps, and conveyor motors run almost continuously during business hours, and every moving part in a wash tunnel is fighting a constant battle against water, soap residue, and grit. Brushes need replacing. Belts stretch. Sensors fail in the rain. Monthly utilities and maintenance on a mid-size operation commonly run $500 to $2,000 just to keep the lights and water on before a single repair bill shows up. The fourth problem is traffic. A car wash is a location business disguised as an equipment business. Industry guidance suggests you want a minimum of roughly 2,000 cars a day passing your site just to have a shot at consistent demand. Buy the wrong corner, and no amount of automation saves you. Let's say you've solved the big problems. You have your land, your permits, your equipment installed. Now let's talk about what it costs every single month, regardless of how many cars show up. Utilities and basic maintenance alone typically run $500 to $2,000 a month on the low end. Staff tunnel operations, the kind with attendants greeting cars, vacuums, and detailing add-ons, can carry payroll of $8,000 to $10,000 a month. Add insurance, card processing fees, and membership software if you're running a subscription model, and your fixed monthly nut before a single dollar of profit can easily clear $15,000 to $20,000. And this is the part that quietly bankrupts undercapitalized owners. None of those costs care whether it rained for a week straight, whether a competitor opened 2 blocks away, or whether your dryer motor decided to fail on a Saturday. The bills run on a calendar. The revenue runs on the weather and the traffic light down the street. Here is where the modern car wash story gets genuinely interesting, because the entire economics of the industry changed with one idea: the unlimited monthly membership. Instead of charging $10 a wash, operators started charging $20 to $40 a month for unlimited washes. It sounds like it should lose money. Someone washing twice a week is getting an enormous discount. But the data tells a different story. A well-run membership site can carry over 4,000 active members, generating well over $100,000 in predictable monthly recurring revenue from a single location. The trick is retention. Members who wash their car 3 or more times in their first month are far more likely to stay subscribed 6 months later. Members who barely use it in month 1 are the ones who cancel almost immediately. So the entire operating playbook of a modern tunnel wash isn't really about washing cars. It's about getting a new member to visit enough times in the first 30 days that canceling starts to feel like a waste. This is also exactly why private equity started buying up regional car wash chains aggressively. A location that used to sell one-off $10 transactions now looks, on a spreadsheet, like a small recurring revenue software company that happens to also clean your car. But subscriptions have a dark side too. Silent card failures, an expired credit card, a reissued number after a fraud flag, quietly convert paying members into lapsed ones without anyone noticing. And that invisible leak, multiplied across thousands of members, is one of the largest hidden revenue losses in the entire industry. There are really 2 types of people who end up owning automated car washes, and they have almost nothing in common. The first is the owner-operator, someone who saved up, took out an SBA loan, and bought 1 or 2 locations to run themselves. For this owner, the car wash is a small business and a lifestyle bet. They're on site, they know their regulars, and their margin comes from watching every dollar personally. The second is the portfolio investor, a private equity fund or a regional roll-up chain acquiring dozens of sites at once, standardizing the membership software, the pricing, and the site design across every location, and financing new builds with the recurring revenue of the sites they already own. This buyer doesn't romanticize a single wash bay. They're underwriting traffic counts, membership churn curves, and cap rates. The owner-operator's biggest risk is running out of cash before the membership base builds up. The portfolio investor's biggest risk is overpaying for growth in a market that's getting more saturated every year. As national chains expand into corridors that used to support 1 local wash and now support 4 competing ones. Let's run the numbers on a mid-size express tunnel. Say you build for $3 million, including land, equipment, and a reclamation system. The optimistic scenario: you open on a high-traffic corridor, hit your membership targets within the first year, and land around 4,500 active subscribers averaging $25 a month. That's over $100,000 a month in recurring revenue. After payroll, chemicals, utilities, maintenance, and membership software fees, well-run tunnel operations can retain 50 to 70% gross margins. At that pace, you're looking at a payback period of somewhere in the range of 5 to 8 years. The realistic scenario: a competing tunnel opens 18 months later, 2 miles down the road, backed by a regional chain with a bigger marketing budget. Your membership growth stalls at half your target. A dryer motor fails during your busiest month and takes 2 weeks to source a replacement part for. Your effective monthly revenue drops by a third, while your fixed costs stay exactly the same. The gap between the year you planned for and the year you got is the entire car wash business model in miniature. And it's the reason so many first-time single-site owners sell within the first 5 years, right as the location was finally about to turn the corner. Owning an automated car wash is not a vending machine business. It is not a set-it-and-forget-it real estate play. It is a water treatment plant, a fleet of precision mechanical equipment, and a subscription software company, all disguised as a strip of concrete on a busy road. The $10,000 touchless system and the $7 million flagship tunnel are the same business wearing different clothes. A bet that enough cars will keep showing up, that the equipment will keep running, and that the membership base you spent a year building won't quietly leak away one expired credit card at a time. For the owner who gets the location, the membership retention, and the maintenance budget right, a car wash can be one of the most quietly profitable small businesses in America. For the owner who gets any one of those wrong, it's the most expensive way to discover that clean cars have a very dirty set of bills behind them.